We're standing in the heart of the Piceance Basin. It contains vast quantities of natural gas. Hydraulic fracturing is a process where they inject sand and chemicals and water into ancient formations under pressure. That pressure cracks the rock. The sand props those cracks open and allows the gas to flow back through those cracks into the wellbore. You can crack these rocks in half, and with a butane lighter, light them on fire. That's the energy potential that's within these rocks.
There is some sort of toxic spill on every single gas pad. We can drive around, we can look. This is an injection well. A truck just pulled up and he's going to pump toxic waste into the ground right now. Right next to a creek and a farm. What's in the truck there?
Natural gas development in western Colorado has taken off exponentially.
I live here on this ranch in western Colorado. The development in this area since 2003 has been pretty aggressive, particularly in light of the known, documented, and ongoing impacts to the environment.
I was a pump hand for a contractor. Now that I know what was going on and the harm that, that process causes, it really bothers me to know that we were pumping raw flowback directly to a drilling rig. There are rules that state that you can't use diesel fuel to drill with. Well, if it's not been processed and classified as diesel fuel, then it's not diesel fuel.
Western Colorado is going to be an important part of energy independence that we earn over the next decade. We do have impacts.
The footprint that the oil and gas industry is putting on Colorado and other states is huge. It looks like a checkerboard of pads everywhere.
I'm totally surrounded, and the pad that I have on my property is right here in the corner, but I had to fight to get it to go in the corner instead of the middle of my land. There's one tank that's got oil in it, pulls it out of the natural gas stream, and the other 4 for production water. And then over there are the metering sheds, which actually meter the gas out. The gas goes from there and comes across here and up a pipeline and out of the property. The oil and gas impacts just about everything. The number of neighbors I've got, the number of people who travel this road has, I used to get maybe a dozen or 2 during a day. Well, now I get several hundred a day.
This used to be public land. You could go here, you could hunt here, you could fish here. You can't go here now. It's leased land. You're trespassing if you go over there.
We're not opposed to drilling per se, but we're opposed to do it in a way that harms individuals and the environment. I tried to build in the State House this year that didn't work. The original, I'm the co-chair of the Baumann Concerned Citizens. There are people in our organization who would not like to see gas drilling anywhere within 100 miles of where they live. That's not been our official stance, but that wherever it's done properly.
Right over here along this green belt here where the trees are is Parachute Creek. It's been contaminated from a spill that happened.
It was coursing with extraordinarily high levels of benzene. We'd experienced an incredible seep that continues to this day into the shallow groundwater.
It's important to keep in mind that there's over 200,000 people within the communities of the Piceance Basin. By and large, their experience with the natural gas sector has been a positive one that results in jobs and prosperity.
Most of the folks who are making the decisions are, in my case, in Oklahoma. They aren't even participating in our property taxes and that kind of thing to the degree that would normally be done.
The heart of Colorado's oil and gas industry has cut down to 4 days a week of their schooling because they don't have the funding to pay for the schools and the teachers. Where's all the great money that, is going to create all of these
The demand for energy in the United States is great. We have to communicate to the public where that energy comes from, that electricity doesn't come from a switch, but that it comes from the men and women and people who work in communities like ours to produce energy in a way that's affordable.
This technology, if it is not stopped, I believe will destroy this planet.
I would really like to see a lot stiffer regulation. I know we need oil and gas for the type of lifestyle that we live in right now.
This area is where I grew up. It's just, you know, my home and where I intend to live the rest of my life.
I'd really like to see some accountability. So far they can go pretty much do whatever they want and they're not fined. As soon as the oil and gas companies come into your area, it's taken over. You don't have a say anymore.